What's going on, people? Welcome back. OnlyFacts Sports Podcast, episode 33. You already know what it is. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Road to 5K. We're nearly there. We're nearly at 3, but road to 5K, you know what I'm saying, we'll be 60% of the way there. You know what I'm saying? Help us.
Bro, you know, when I deep things, yeah, by the time we reach 5K, there's going to be so much of... Like, I think subscribers is one thing that we grow the slowest.
Yeah.
I think, like, in terms of overall engagement, you would actually think that our I've seen other channels with less engagement.
With much bigger subscribers.
With much bigger subscribers.
No.
Quite
the man them engage. Like it or not, the man them engage.
Trust me.
You know
like, if you think about, since we started, I'd arguably say, across all platforms, no one our size in terms of subscriber count has had as much interaction. When you think about Instagram and YouTube, the amount
I don't watch little man subscribers like that.
No, but I could almost guarantee anyone who was at 2,500 subs wouldn't have had as much interaction with his comment. Bro, do you know how much comments? Bro, I'm not even big on YouTube, bro. Every time I go on Instagram, there's somebody has done something in 100%. One of our content. So big up.
I like the comments more. Like, I like the comments. That's a lot of the comments agree with us because we're building a bit of a community of people we agree with. But then when somebody comes through and says something we don't agree with or goes against, it's love.
But it's annoying because none of them guys come through on the lives. Yeah. I want the haters on the lives. Bro.
Yeah, we have some people we disagree with on some stuff on the lives, but yeah, man, we're live for if you lot don't know, we're live for lots of the football, lots of the boxing. So lock in. Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody said this week, this guy's never fought in his life.
Who said that?
So just one of the comments on the video about your rant about Eddie Hearn.
What did he say, on YouTube or
on YouTube?
Oh, so I ain't even read. I ain't even.
I replied. I was just like, how do you know he's never fought? How do you know that?
I ain't even read through the YouTube comments, but we'll see it. I'll go through it again.
Yeah, boxing's starting to pick up. You know, it was dead for a bit. We've had 2 really big cards this year. We just finished one of them, and then now we've got some big announcements. Are we counting Jake Paul versus AJ as a big card? Probably not.
Yeah, it's a big card in terms of stature.
It's not a big card. But it's a big fight. Yeah, but I'm not going to call that a big card. But what we had last week was a big card. But we got big fights coming up. We're going to talk about Crawford versus Canelo 2, which has just been announced.
Not announced, but they're in negotiations to make it happen.
But once we hear Ring is in negotiations, it's happening.
It's interesting though, because I didn't think that was a fight that either one wanted to have.
I'm really surprised.
But then I realized Turkey has a 3-fight deal with Canelo. What fight is there for? Forget Crawford, because there's more fights for Crawford.
Yeah.
But what fight is there actually for Canelo?
Another prediction I had previously, when I told you we're never going to see Canelo versus Benavidez. Now, you didn't argue with me, but I said that Turkey is going to sign Canelo, use the Canelo-Benavidez fight. This is the thing. People think we hate Turkey. It's not hate, but people keep saying, look at all the fights we're getting that we never would have got. We wanted to see Canelo versus Benavidez before the Crawford fight, before the Skull fight. When he signed with Ring, it was 3 fights building you up to Benavidez. We saw what happened with Skull. We saw what happened with Crawford. We just saw what Benavidez did to Anthony Yarde. We ain't seeing no Canelo fight. Which is fine. It's not all the fault of Turkey because Benavidez went up to 175 and the rest of it. But I'm just saying, this guy being in boxing doesn't automatically mean we get all the dream fights.
No, but the reason why we didn't get it, that one is purely and simply because Crawford beat Canelo. If Canelo had beaten Crawford and Yarde just lost to Benavidez, Canelo versus Benavidez is the biggest fight in boxing.
I don't think that Canelo takes the fight regardless.
I think he does.
I don't think so.
I think the amount of money that Turkey would have paid, he would have taken.
I don't think he takes that fight regardless. And 2,
I don't think Turkey gives him the money unless he does.
After the Canelo Skull fight, we on this platform have been very aware of Canelo's slow deterioration.
No, but if he had beaten Crawford, then that deterioration wouldn't have been there.
You're not letting me finish my point. If he doesn't have that horrible, boring fight with Skull, I know Skull was negative, but he demonstrated he can't cut off the ring. It was clear that, like, even when he did hit Skull, there was no power there, whatever. It's kind of a robbery of a decision, in my opinion. If that fight isn't that horrible, he might not even get the Crawford fight in the first place.
No,
other fights for it.
I disagree.
The plan when Turkey signed him, the plan was not originally Skull and then Crawford.
I think it was.
You think that was the plan?
I think it was. I think it was.
Whoever made that plan is an idiot, because I predicted that Crawford was easily going to beat Canelo.
No, but for me, if that wasn't the case after Skull, I would have definitely not put him in there with Crawford.
I agree.
But I feel like that was already in line. I thought that had to happen.
I think
because remember they done a face-off with the fight already announced going into the Skull fight. So that fight was already announced before the fight was even done.
I think that...
I just don't think they expected the fight to be so shocking from Canelo's part. But it's too late because the fight was already signed.
To me, if you can't be looking at a man who's just come up from 140 at the same time as you're looking at a man fighting at 175. Those two things don't make sense to me. How are you looking at both these men at the same time?
Who are you talking about?
Crawford. Or up for 147, sorry. Yeah. You only had one fight at 154.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a man who's been at 147 and unified the division at 147 and a man who's campaigned at 175 at the same time. I don't think so. And the times you stepped, the last time you stepped up to 175, you lost.
No, but...
This brother never wanted that Benavidez fight.
No, but for me... Remember, he signed a 3-fight deal with... the reason why we're not talking about Canelo versus Crawford as an actual fight is because Crawford's going to win, like we predicted the first time. The only real talking point is why is the fight happening again? Yeah. I think that's the only talking point.
100%.
So, from Turkey's perspective...
And did anyone ask for it?
Yeah, no one did. But from Turkey's perspective, legally... we have a fight obligation. The issue with Turkey is he didn't actually, when he done the fight the first time, this is what
he was expecting Canelo,
This is what Nick always talks about. You can't really do deals with fighters before they actually fight.
This is the Jake Paul Netflix situation. You have to give me a fight.
Thank you.
That's why Jake Paul's fighting AJ.
Fact.
You have to give me a fight. You owe me a fight.
Exactly. Yeah. And when he signed for Skull, he overpaid Canelo for the Skull fight.
Agreed.
Knowing that you're going to get Crawford and Benavidez. In his mind, his issue was he didn't put a contingency just in case Canelo lost to Crawford.
Agreed.
That's the problem. And the issue with it is Crawford's gone, well, you know what? I might actually move down to 60 because I've only done a 1-fight deal with you, Turkey. But the issue is the fight, I think he was still hoping Turkey was going to put the money up for him fighting at 68 for 60. But I think Turkey's gone, nah, bro. The only fight I'm putting money up for is if you rematch Canelo.
Because I have to get my money.
Because I have to, exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
This is the difference between what Turkey, there's not a big difference between what Turkey does and what fighters are always used to doing. The only difference is fighters used to do it backwards. If you were a confident 168, a prime Canelo prime Canelo is probably at 160, but a prime Canelo at 168, let's say, typically Skull would be your third fight. Like, if you look at Mayweather, he takes Berto at the end of his career. It's an easier fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you look at rappers, for example, when they sign a 5-album deal, the first album's normally the best because they've got the rest, they want the rest of the marketing money's ahead of them. And the worst album's at the end because a lot of people turn in shit albums on purpose. I don't know if you know this, just to get off the label. When Kanye is making Scoop Diddy Poop and all that kind of stuff, he's just turning in nonsense because he owes them.
Exactly.
So typically, if you got a prime Canelo, we would imagine maybe a prime Canelo at 168 beats of Crawford just because of the size difference. This was my prediction was partly down to a deteriorating Canelo.
Of course.
But then let's say he goes and fights a 168 Morel. I still think he maybe swerves Benavidez. And then when now he's at peak. If you've beat Crawford and you've beaten up and comer in Morel, and then your name is really at the peak, this is max value, then you can actually cash out on a Skull and not have to take...
Yeah, no, do you know what I mean? But I feel like when it was the 3-fight deal was originally announced, I think the idea was Skull only because we need an undisputed fight and Skull had so happened to pick up a vacant belt that you ended up getting stripped from, so you had to fight Skull. Then Crawford, which... I'm a bit disappointed in Turkey. Not disappointed in the fact that, because obviously I genuinely don't rate him in boxing, but I'm disappointed in because if there's anything I know of Turkey is... No, I'm not disappointed in fact. This is almost expected from Turkey. This is almost expected because it's the same thing he done with Ryan and Devin in the sense that he didn't anticipate or foresee Ryan losing to Rolly. So he didn't put a contingency in place.
Shane, Turkey is getting, on a regular basis, finessed out of money. And people think that he's controlling boxing when he's getting finessed out of money.
It's not even just about finessed out of money though. He's also, I don't understand Because that means you genuinely, in your hearts of hearts, thought
that
Canelo was going to beat Crawford.
Yes.
Because for you to put nothing in place where, you know what, because for me, you didn't even sign a 2-fight deal with Crawford.
No.
Crawford is now going to the negotiation.
Yeah, so you
now have to overpay
you
Crawford.
overpay him again.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? You're overpaying on the overpay. That's why I'm saying it's not finessed, because...
But if I was Turkey, I'd just cut my losses, bruv.
How?
Just say, you know, bun it, Canelo, you're free to leave, bro.
He can't.
Why?
Canelo and AJ are the two big superstars. Even like we said before, he's gambling.
Now, Canelo's not the biggest superstar in boxing anymore.
When he was building his relationship with DAZN, the two big superstars he had at the time, again they would have built.
I'm talking about at this stage.
I understand, but their business plan was built on this, so they've put stock into people. What they haven't thought about, but like you said, he's put his stock in the wrong people. So now some of the people that he hasn't really put his stock in. Crawford's stock has gone up. Devin Haney's stock has gone up. These certain people's stock that's gone up. He doesn't have the relationship or the control over them to make them do what he wants them to do. Whereas the people he has put stock in, Canelo is looking shaky. AJ is looking shaky. You know, AJ's going to beat Jake Paul. Don't get me wrong. And he's going to get a rid. But he's going to have to go back to AJ though and pay AJ more money. This is what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean? The viewpoint, because AJ lost against Dubois, he would have been thinking AJ's going to walk through Dubois. He's going to do this. Then we're going to have him at max value. Or now he's lost to Dubois. He's now going to have to come with humble hand and say, "Yo, you're going to have to get paid less money." But now he's going to beat Jake Paul. His value is going to be so much higher. And Turkey's also banking that he smashes Jake Paul like disgustingly. Even if he beats Jake Paul, it's not going to happen. But let's say he beats Jake Paul in round 8, and the narrative is Jake Paul survived 8 rounds of him. Turkey don't want that. No, but even if he smashes Jake Paul, you now have to pay AJ more money. Yeah. So you're in a lose-lose regardless. Yeah. But the part where I'm thinking, like, if Canelo don't fight Crawford, who could he? Because another thing Turkey could have done is, and this is what maybe I would have done. Mm-hmm. I would have sort of made a Canelo fight Benavidez, bruv. Even though he's coming off a loss, I would have just cast this dude out and put then turn my stock into Benavidez. You're not taking that fight, bro. Benavidez is the new Mexican star, bro. Do you know when Benavidez said that he wants to move up and fight Zurdo Ramirez? And I know that, you know, you weren't sure whether you wanted to talk about that or not or whatever, but do you know when he said, for me it was also interesting when he said that fight's going to happen? Me. Next year, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So Canelo's not even the Cinco de Mayo fighter anymore in the Mexican community. Well, that would be a bigger fight. Because I'm still thinking... And they're both Mexican. Yeah, of course. I know. Zurdo's Mexican. Yeah, Zurdo and him are both Mexican. So that's what it is. I really want to see what's going to happen with Canelo's career, because I don't see any fights for him, brother. Unless he tries to cash him out against Hamza Shiraz. Like, maybe if he looks very vulnerable. Who wants to watch Canelo? Does Canelo stand any chance of beating Hamza Shiraz? Yeah, Hamza Shiraz is still limited. That's what I'm thinking. Hamza Shiraz is still limited. Because I'm thinking if he loses again to Crawford, and it's most likely on points because Crawford's going to outskill him, but Canelo's still very durable. But it's fine. That's his last fight. Yeah. But then if Turkey, but I'm saying this could be another. I'm saying if Turkey then looks to cash him out. When you say cash him out, you mean cash him out to put him in there to lose, to build the profile of Shiraz. And that's not a guaranteed win for Shiraz. There's a chance Shiraz gets laid out. You know, I'm just talking about how Turkey's plans regularly don't work out. In a big and serious level, it's like, I genuinely don't even think, because for me, from a business perspective for Ring Riyadh, I actually think Hamza Shiraz versus Canelo is a bigger fight than Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford doesn't have a long-term deal with Ring, bro. Yeah. That fight ain't even gonna do better than the first one. Yeah. Neither result works in your favor. Literally. So yeah. I don't see why. I don't see. If Canelo wins, what the point of the rematch is. If Canelo wins, nothing's gonna. I just genuinely feel like you're doing it because you have no other fight to do for 100%. Canelo. What other fight do you have to do for Canelo? Yeah. Like, Canelo's probably gone and rang you up and said, "Bro, I still got one fight under contract." Yeah, and when we're saying this, by the way, just so you guys understand, what we're talking about is Canelo coming off of a loss and coming off of, he's been dominated in that loss. Do you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure when he negotiated the contract, didn't have a loss in the clause. Yeah, so the value that Canelo now brings, as big a superstar as he is, as big as his fan base is, what is the value? Because hold on one second, let me just explain. Previously, when Canelo was at peak form, if he went in there and smashed up Crawford, Canelo used to be able to sell out stadiums fighting anybody. That is no longer the case with Canelo at this stage in his career.
It's two bad performances.
It's two bad performances. Do you know what I'm saying? One fine, okay, he got the decision. But if he loses to Crawford again, I understand Crawford's great, but you're coming off back-to-back losses. And let's say he fights the same way. Back-to-back poor performances. What do? We're going to have to match you with a name. You're no longer big enough to just put in a ring again. We used to be able to put Canelo against anybody. Do you know what I'm saying? And it would just be great.
I don't think Crawford versus Canelo is intriguing enough for me to watch. Obviously, I'll watch it.
We will be watching it live on this channel.
But there's nothing to it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely not interested in this fight enough.
And like I say, if that third fight's against Hamza Shiraz, Canelo could go and you know, like I say, Turkey could use that to build Hamza's portfolio and resume. But damn, there's a good chance that.
Because remember, Canelo would have been offered big money.
If they just stand there and swing it out, it's a straight 50-50 shootout. Because Canelo's got a chin.
Of course. Canelo obviously is probably would have got for 3 fights, he probably got close to 250 M's. That would have been his guaranteed purse. So if I've given you the first 2 fights at X amount of money, you now owe me a third fight. Canelo's probably like, yeah, I don't mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Because whatever you have to pay me is more than what I'm actually worth right now. Because he's probably negotiated a deal as if he'd beaten Crawford.
But then again, it fucks Turkey over because if he does turn around and beat Hamza Shiraz, he will now be finished with his ring contract and back to being a free agent, and they would have lost stock in another fight that they were trying to build. So it's like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's fucked. Like, it could be a real slippery...
And I don't even think Crawford beating Canelo, other than the fact that it's going to be a big purse again, I don't really feel it benefits Crawford either.
No, he's in the same place.
Literally.
It's actually what it's doing is stopping him from going and getting belts at 160 or 154 because this is just taking more time. Crawford is an aging fighter. It's another camp he has to get through.
I think they were praying that Eubank beat Ben.
To try and make...
Canelo versus Eubank. Yeah. Canelo versus Eubank, bro. Yeah. I think that fight could have happened and just have that fight in the UK. UK fans will buy anything.
They might still buy it. They'll just both be coming off of a loss. We're going to see Buatsi, but not the same, but we're going to see Buatsi versus Yarde. And they're both coming off of a loss.
But we're actually hearing Crawford versus Canelo is actually happening. So it's not even going to go. It's not even a case of Canelo might not be fighting Crawford. Apparently that's the fight that's happening. I don't really think that does anything.
Yeah. Speaking of Canelo, obviously you touched on David Benavidez a little bit. Good win over Yarde. Let's talk about Yarde real quick. Let's just get this out of the way real quick.
Yeah, go on.
This is Yarde's third title fight.
Third title shot.
It's his worst performance.
By far.
In a title shot, by far. It's pound for pound the lowest level of performer. I know that Kovalev was an old Kovalev. So at the time that he fought them, Beterbiev was probably the best. Then Benavidez, then Kovalev. Yeah. But prime for prime, Benavidez is probably the lowest, I think. And a lot of people now I've seen in British media, I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of people talk sport. Obviously, Paul Smith has a difficult relationship with Tunde at the best times, but everyone's putting the attention on Tunde.
It's funny that you say that, because years ago, me and Paul Smith, had a back and forth about Tunde for years, bro. About Anthony Yarde for years.
Shout out to Paul Smith as well.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Smith. But years. And the maddest thing is, I was defending Tunde at that time, and defending Yarde. And I don't want to say that Paul Smith was right, because I'm not going to say that he was right, because we were more talking about technique and skill. And I genuinely don't feel like I don't think Yarde's issue is technique. I don't think Yarde's issue is skill. I think Yarde's issue is mentality. I don't think it's technical. I've seen...
This is exciting because for once we're going to disagree. Where I disagree with you, the narrative around Anthony Yarde, let me just state my position straight up. Everyone's attacking Tunde. I normally attack Tunde. I've attacked Tunde more than you, generally speaking. the reason I'm not attacking Yarde, but the reason I'm looking at Anthony Yarde is because at some point you have to take responsibility. Anthony Yarde is a grown man. This guy's like 34. Do you know what I mean? He's not a child. Yarde's problem in the first Kovalev fight, they said it was gas tank. In the second fight, it's the same problem, realistically, in my opinion. And when I say it's the same problem, what I mean is you can hit hard, but you cannot sustain attacks. It's different because he didn't lose because of a lack of gas tank in this fight that we saw. But the difficulty is still sustaining attacks. You cannot sustain attacks. And Tunde said to him, the reason he's coming under fire is he was saying apparently in the 5th round, or in the post-fight, he said we were saving up for the second half of the fight. And people were saying that don't make sense because you historically have a bad gas tank.
I don't continue because I can't see where we're disagreeing yet.
For me, the manager cannot be the trainer. I said it on the live the other day. And Anthony Yarde needs to be the person to look at himself in the mirror, like AJ has. And where we agree, again, is the lack of mentality. But the narrative around Anthony Yarde is, and I just think some of the criticism needs to be leveled at him a little bit more than Tunde. It's your life. It's your responsibility. There will be a day, if everybody stays healthy and lives a nice, long, happy, healthy life, there will be a day that Tunde is no longer here. And you are there living with your decisions and what you've done.
Yeah, no, the reason why I say...
And, sorry to cut you, the last thing I'll say, and this is more where we disagree, the narrative around British media is that Anthony Yarde is a very talented fighter and a very gifted fighter who's been let down by his team. I'm not seeing that. I don't even know. People are saying technically he's good, but the gas tank, where are we seeing technically he's good?
I think technically he's good.
Where are we seeing that?
This is where me and Paul Smith was disagreeing as well. Because this is where technically...
I'm on team Paul Smith.
This is where I think...
What's the first technique in boxing?
Footwork.
The first technique?
For me, the most important technique to have in football...
I think we've got them 1 and 2, but what's the second most?
Your jab.
Okay, I've got them 1 and 2. I think jab first, footwork second, but fine, they're the 2. He doesn't have either one of those.
I disagree. I feel like technically, just looking at the fundamentals of boxing, I think technically Anthony Yarde is probably one of the best light heavyweights we have in this country. Maybe of the last. Technically, I feel like he throws 90% of his punches correct. He doesn't throw punches incorrect technically. I feel like also when he throws punches, he does the right things in terms of getting his head off the line. He knows how to catch shots. He knows how to slip shots. The issue is he has a gas tank problem and he has a mentality problem and he doesn't know how to do everything all together. I don't think that's a technical problem.
I think that you've done sleight of hand because what Shane just said deliberately was he's one of the best technical light heavyweights we've had in this country, but he didn't say in the world. And this is where we're going to get to the mentality issue. Are you trying to be the best in this country or are you trying to be the best in the world? This is not a man fighting for European titles. This is a man fighting for world titles.
So I'm glad you brought up. So for me,
let me sip my tea.
So for me, when we look at Anthony Yarde, and you're right, I do feel like the standards are very low.
Yes.
When we compare, but I judge every fighter based on this country because I don't rate boxing in this country.
No, if you're fighting at world title level, then you shouldn't.
He's not a world level fighter, bro.
So why is he fighting world title fights then?
Because he fell in line. It was a voluntary defense, bro.
You didn't fall in line. You put yourself in line.
Bro, just because you fight for a world title doesn't mean you're a world level fighter.
That's not what I'm saying. I agree.
Padley fought for a world title, bro.
I agree.
So I'm not going to judge Padley based on Shakur.
I'm judging everybody based on the world level. Josh Padley chose to go in there. He didn't have to.
Nah, I hear you. But this is the thing. I look at it like this. British fighters.
When you watch Man United play football, when you watch Man United play football, you're fuming that a player is not Man United level because they're getting paid Man United.
But it is different.
So why is it different?
It's different.
Why is it different?
Because British fighters will only reach a certain level. You have a few exceptions: Joe Calzaghe, Lennox Lewis, Tyson Fury.
Wait, but now we're getting to the issue. Why do they only reach a certain level?
Because they start boxing majority of the time they start boxing in the wrong way and they start boxing too late. Specifically in the case of Anthony Yarde.
Are those the only reasons?
Majority of the time they have poor training. But
cool. You said they've got poor training. In life, you can only control what you can control.
Yep.
You can't control the time you started boxing once
you
started boxing.
But for me, I've always said this, bro. for me, I don't know a fighter. There are exceptions, Bernard Hopkins being one, but most fighters who reach the top, I'm talking about the U6, I'm talking about Crawford, they start fighting before they even reach puberty.
When did you start boxing?
When I started watching boxing or like
training.
You just train just for fun, like as a child, but like I didn't train properly. I didn't train properly, and that's why I'm not an elite fighter. That's why I'm not a top fighter.
Yeah.
And when I started watching boxing, I was born watching boxing, but training.
No, my dad was training me from 6.
Okay, your dad's training you from 6. Like the level Yarde for me, I feel like, and this is where
you're giving him credit for achieving what he's achieved, given where he started.
I'm not giving him a credit at all. Okay. I just feel like he's technically. I don't think his technique is what let him down. I don't even think Tunde is who let him down.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. Tunde getting the flack. I don't rate Tunde as a trainer, and if Anthony Yarde was going to change Tunde, he should have changed him ages ago. But or added to the camp or done something different. Do you know what I'm saying? But the deficiencies that we saw are the same deficiencies that we saw 5 years. When did you fight Kovalev?
About 2019, 2018.
It's the same issue 6 years on. Yes, that is partly down to your coach, I understand, but partly that's down to you. If Saka retires and he's never won a Premier League title, people will say it's partly down to Arteta, but it's partly down to Saka not leaving Arsenal. Whose
fault is it that the golden generation of England never won a tournament, a trophy?
Partly the media's fault. The golden generation of England is also the golden generation of many other countries. The golden generation of England, when they went to a tournament, were not the best team.
Is that not the same? Is that not the same in Anthony Yarde's occasion? It's the same thing, bro. Yes. We're saying the same thing. So how can we expect Yarde? We're talking about arguably two of the greatest light heavyweights ever.
I'm not who.
Beterbiev and Bivol. But these are two of arguably the greatest.
He just fought David Benavidez. Why are you talking about Bivol? What's Bivol got to do with this conversation?
We expected. I think the fact that he managed to get 3 world titles.
Did Joe Smith Jr. win a world title?
He did. Did
Joe Smith Jr. win a world title?
Joe Smith Jr. did win a world title. Joe Smith, and in that case, I'll blame them for that.
Okay,
I'll blame them for that. I'll blame them for that.
With the England team,
I blame them for that.
The England team, in my opinion, were not good enough on paper. But did they do everything they could have to win a title?
No, because they lost. Greece ended up winning one. So
maybe Greece are better as a team. But I don't know what they did in training. I don't support England. I'm not on that. But do you know what I'm saying? With regards to Anthony Yarde, has he done everything he could have? Like I said,
I agree. He didn't.
With AJ, when AJ retires, for all the shit that I give him, he will be able to say, I done everything that I could. I done everything that I could.
To caveat from that, why I question the mentality is because Nick just brought up the Joe Smith Jr. fight. Joe Smith Jr. won a world title. I told Tunde personally to fight Joe Smith Jr.
Clip this and tag him as well.
I told Tunde personally, bro. The video's out there on YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you.
Who started boxing earlier?
No, but the reason why I want to say that is because they didn't fight Joe Smith Jr. Do you want to know why? Because there's no excuse if you lose. If you lose to Beterbiev, there's an excuse. You lose to Bivol or Kovalev, there's an excuse. Yeah. Whenever he loses, this is why I say it's a mental thing. Whenever he loses, he's looking for an excuse straight away. Yarde.
No. He's looking for an excuse before
they even fight.
Before he's picking up the pad and saying, "I usually play Xbox, not PlayStation."
Facts.
You're making excuses before.
Facts.
Who started boxing earlier, Wardley or Yarde?
Probably Yarde started earlier.
Yarde started earlier.
Facts.
Wardley's a world champion.
Facts.
And we're seeing one of the best heavyweights we've ever seen. We're seeing one of the best boxers we've ever seen in Usyk.
Yeah, facts.
And he's still a world champion.
Facts.
I mean, he's not a world champion by beating Usyk. He's a world champion by being moved.
By moving correctly.
By moving correctly.
And that
could have been their version of Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah,
this is where you have to take some responsibility.
Yeah.
Who made Tunde his manager and his trainer? Anthony Yarde did. That's you. Anthony Yarde apparently doesn't spar. So
he does.
People are saying that apparently he doesn't spar. I don't know.
It's I put on my mum's life.
You were there years ago.
I've seen this dude spar.
You were there years ago. Do you know what I mean? Apparently he doesn't run.
Oh, that might be true.
Apparently he doesn't run. You're not Canelo, who's won multiple world titles and has moved up and has been fighting pro since he was 15 and the rest of it. What do you mean you don't run? Do you mean what are you talking about?
Facts.
Apparently, like I said, there's talk. I don't know. You were in his gym years ago and seen him sparring Ferrer.
You know who I was with? Laurie. Me and Laurie was in Yarde's gym and we watched him spar.
I swear down.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
This was before he fought Beterbiev.
Yeah.
No, but this is before he fought Kovalev.
Before
he fought Kovalev.
The same way that you're looking at British fighters and you're saying they're limited, so what are your expectations? I'm looking at British trainers the same way.
Facts.
You know the limitations of this trainer. So what are you expecting? Saka signed an extension when Arsenal was struggling. Guess what? He's about to sign another extension now till 2030. He obviously believes that Arsenal or Arteta can win a Premier League.
Or you'd have done a Kane.
or he'd leave.
Yeah, or he
looks at himself and believes I'm not Premier League winning level and let other people win Premier Leagues. I'm just here. He has to believe that. So if he gets offers in the summer, if Arsenal don't win the league this year and he gets offers from City, Chelsea and Liverpool and he chooses not to go and sign another contract, you're looking at him if his career never pans out.
Facts.
And saying that's down to you,
Facts.
my brother.
Facts. No, I agree. But as I said, the only disagree, and I guess the only disagreement I had with you and with Paul Smith, and it's not even a disagreement. I feel like a lot of his deficiencies is mental, not technical.
I agree, because every time people laugh about Carl Froch always saying he fought in front of 80,000 people. Every time they talk about Yarde, I just watched Frank Warren say it this morning on TalkSport, talking to Simon, and I've seen Tunde say it, I see Yarde say it himself. I've only had 12 amateur fights. I've only had 12 amateur fights. You've been a pro for 10 years.
That's why they wouldn't have fought Joe Smith Jr. You know why? Because Joe Smith Jr. never had an amateur career neither.
Exactly.
That's why they didn't fight him.
That's why.
Because you can't use that excuse. That's what I'm saying. When I deeped it, because we spoke about this yesterday, and I deeped it to myself, and I ended up changing my because we spoke, and I'm like, it's because he was in a golden generation. And then you brought up Joe Smith Jr. just now, and I'm like, when I deep it, why did they not fight Joe Smith? When I literally said it to Tunde, why were they not open to that? Because if you lose, there's no excuse. You can't pick up the pad and say, I play Xbox. Because I play Xbox too.
Yeah.
I play Xbox too. It's a PlayStation remote, bro.
100%.
That's why 100%. Losing to Beterbiev, losing to Kovalev, losing to Beterbiev, losing to Kovalev, losing to Benavidez is way better than losing to Joe Smith Jr.
But it's another excuse as well, bro. It's the excuse of, I would have won, but I think the gas tank thing's an excuse.
It's a deficiency, though, isn't it? It's like Amir Khan saying, I only lost because I'm chinny.
Yeah. but what could you? But if you were a better boxer, you could have avoided getting hit.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like Arsenal saying, I only lost because of injuries. What does everyone say? Well, everyone else had injuries. What's your problem?
Squad depth or whatever.
Or sign more players then.
Yeah,
right?
facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's the same problem, bro. It's just an excuse in my opinion.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It is what it is. What are you saying? You jumping in now?
Oh, yeah, if you want still.
Yeah.
You might have to sit on that side. Right, love, bro. Go around the other side. I'm not gonna cut this out. This is the ghetto.
No. It's the ghetto show. Killy, we said.
My brother. Oh God. What you man saying?
We're here, man. We're here. We got a special guest in the building. We got Chris the Capo here, just on the boxing talk right now.
Yarde.
Yeah, man.
Just
bad,
missed
man.
that. Go on.
It's bad.
But yeah, we spoke about Yarde, bro. I've been talking about Yarde for a while. Man, don't want to. British media backing their boy and all the rest of it, but. You know what I'm saying? Do you claim South or East? Because you're from South East.
South.
Oh, you claim South. Okay, I can't even banter you then.
Oh, what saying about?
He's from East, isn't he?
Yard's from East, isn't it?
Yeah, he's from East.
Yeah, he's an East guy. So do you know what?
He's from around. It's not far from around here. Not far from around here.
Yeah, tell everyone where I live. Yeah, why not, man? Carry on.
But it's vague though. It's not like.
No. I'm bad at him.
And Nick, though, man, he'll pull up a man anyway.
Facts. I think the issue is with Yarde, yeah. Did you see a couple months ago? Yeah, I tweeted about AJ where I said, "Keep this man away from R&B and slow jams."
Oh my days.
Just have him training. I think with Yarde it's like.
You saying keep him away from dance or something?
But he's gonna say the same thing I said. He should have left London or left the UK.
There's a lot of distractions that are
100%.
There's a lot of distractions.
It's funny you say that because AJ just said now he's training in Spain. Do you see the press conference?
Yeah.
He literally said, do you see it? He said he's training in Spain with Team Usyk because he finds in London never too many distractions.
Of course.
That's literally now if he loses to Fury, that's just gonna be an excuse.
On,
but that's
on a side note, do you think someone like Boots might have that?
Yeah, bro, you are a superstar in Philly. Why would I leave Philly?
Yeah, in fact.
Why would I leave? Boots has the opposite. Like, do you mean like Yarde's a bottler, but Boots isn't. But why would I leave Philly?
But Philly's a boxing city, though.
But this is what I'm saying. It's opposite situation.
That's what he's trying to say. That's what he's trying to say.
Boots is a world champion and he's never boxed outside the East Coast.
Yeah.
I make millions and I'm a superstar in the East Coast. Why would I leave the West Coast? What for? It's a risk with minimal reward. What for? I could stay here. Same problem Canelo had. Canelo was such a superstar. He could open a packet of crisps and sell out a stadium. Yeah, so why do I have to take tough fights? Then when he had a tough fight, he lost.
Yeah,
twice.
Well,
he's lost quite a few times.
No, I'm talking about Crawford. He was on a run. Yeah. He was on a run between and Bivol.
Yeah.
So and he drew to Golovkin.
And he's gonna lose again to the GOAT, but it is what it is. Yeah. David Benavidez moving up to fight Zurdo Ramirez. Is he ducking Bivol?
Well, no. Because Bivol's still injured, isn't it? So the maddest thing is Bivol's radio silent, bro. Like I haven't even heard from him.
He's probably dealing with legal problems.
Maybe, bro. Maybe.
Exactly, yeah. The same legal issues they're all dealing with, blood. It's facts.
Oh, yeah. I was so dumb.
Bivol's got tank syndrome.
I'm literally trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Yeah, Bivol's got tank syndrome. So
no, but with Bivol's thing, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Nah,
bro.
I believe it.
No, I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it.
Nah.
Bro, that guy's punch precision, that girl would have no teeth, bro.
But
that guy's punch precision, that girl would have no teeth.
If he was to like
Bivol.
the power.
Have you seen what his ex-wife does on social media?
She
went live like we go live when he fought Beterbiev, and she was celebrating when Beterbiev won. She hates that. I don't know. Okay, maybe he didn't thump her, but he did something.
Bro,
I've cheated on gal before. He did something to her.
She's got like Jamaican gal vengeance.
Yeah.
She's
just going live and celebrating for Beterbiev and stuff like that.
Trust me, bro.
She's live streaming his fights. She's live streaming his fights.
She's
on a madness.
She's one Brazilian from being from Kingston, fam.
He's done something to her, bro. He's done something to her, bro. 100%. But yeah, so you think he's not abducting? It's just they're both occupied. Beterbiev doesn't have a belt. Bivol's injured, so he's gonna go fight Zurdo.
For me, I was surprised when he went and fought Zurdo. I was so surprised because he literally just moved up to 75. But
he literally just had his best performance at 75 and proved that the power is still there at 75.
I don't believe that.
Really?
But I don't rate Yarde anymore. I don't like that fight cemented that Yarde is not good
I think it's
high
a bit
level.
harsh people saying with Yarde.
I'd never rated Yarde.
It's super harsh to be
honest.
No,
the reason why I don't, is because I've seen Benavidez. Like for me, I've seen Benavidez fight other guys smaller than Yarde, less powerful than Yarde. I've seen people have literally every single deficiency against Benavidez. Any excuse that Yarde can use, other people have used, and they had better performance against Benavidez.
Come on, bro, look at the speed of the punches.
Every time Yarde loses, we have the same conversation. But the guy was so good. Bro, we can't just keep Arsenal can't keep not winning the Prem and just about how good other teams were, bro.
With Beterbiev, when he lost to Beterbiev, I could understand it because
these are credible people he was losing to as well.
No, but Benavidez
is not a killer.
That's my point.
Benavidez was at one
factor because he came up.
Benavidez, not just because he came. Since he came up,
everyone
has said that he's got no power. His power has not transitioned up. The first time we've seen his power transition up is now.
His last fight was against another person who was a weight class below, and he dropped him. He dropped Benavidez. Benavidez got dropped in his last fight by someone smaller than Yarde. So this power thing I ain't trying to hear, bro.
I told you when Yarde fought Lyndon Arthur in his last fight, I said his power's gone.
Yeah, you did.
Normally, if you're a proper man, are telling me, "Oh, Yarde's so athletic." Athletic, what piece?
No, it's always been power.
Power. If you're an athlete, power is supposed to be the last thing that goes. Mike Tyson can still throw a punch now. He's 60. Power is the last. Yarde is the first fighter I've ever seen where power is the first attribute to disappear.
Slightly move that back. Like little piece back. Just keep me slightly more. I'm using the TV as a reflection. Reason why is because that's still in the shot, so you're not going to be in the wide cam. You're good now. You're good now.
Alright, cool. Is he in the wide now or not?
He's in the wide now. You wouldn't have been in the wide before because that would have been covered. So obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think Benavidez can step up to fight Zurdo? Do you think that's?
I think it's a good fight. I don't think he wins though.
Nah, I think he's gonna get Brock up.
I don't think he wins, bro.
Nah.
But these guys, obviously though, it's funny because Zurdo done the same thing. Zurdo started at 68 as well, went through the pace and went to 75. But I know why you're saying it's a duck, Because this is the thing, bro. I realize it, and this is mad. You see, when Beterbiev and Bivol, yeah, these men make people behave different.
No more
Let me tell you why, yeah. Canelo moved to 175, yeah, it's long. Yeah. He moved to 175 and realized it was long. No. Yeah. Zurdo moved to 175 and realized it was long. Kovalev packed up his bags and left. And Jack packed up his bags and left.
Man skip it, you know.
But the thing is, with that, let's be real, with 175, that is no joke weight-wise.
No joke, bro.
Remember seeing the earlier years of when you were seeing certain man, like, correct me if I'm wrong, and please do, from when we're going back to like, did even like, what was like the main peak period of 175?
Hopkins, Roy Jones. That was probably Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones would have been early.
That would have been like
2010s.
Yeah.
And then obviously after that, you would have had Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson, Andre Ward.
Yeah.
Then you would have had. That was a great era. Then Kovalev kind of bridged the gap between the Beterbiev, Bivol, Voldzik, and then
you don't really get much of like your.
You don't get
your welterweights trying to jump towards it more.
No. This is what Shane's saying. Man skip it. Man skip 175. People have gone from 168 and gone cruiserweight.
Yeah.
They've looked at the guys at 175 and said, yes, long. I'll go.
But that's the thing. I feel like because with there you've got a combination of very strong and very fast man.
I said for a long time, 175ers are, in my opinion, some of this. 175, maybe cruiserweights as well. They're the worst man to buck just on the street.
No, but
they're some of the most athletic.
I'll say more like light heavies.
Light heavies 175. That's 175. It's 175 and cruiser, and then you've got heavyweights. Look, there are some heavyweights.
100%.
There are some heavyweights that are giants, but in a street fight, they're a bit slow. The 175 and cruiser, you don't want to buck these men on the street.
The maddest thing is why it's so crazy is for the most part in boxing, you go £7 up.
Of course,
for the most part, you go £7 to another weight class. The jump between 68 to 75 is £7.
Yeah.
The jump from cruiserweight cruiserweight to light heavyweight is £25. So man, them don't even care about the 75. The man have dropping £32 straight to cruiserweight. Brady Jack was at 75. It was long. Why am I staying here? It's long. I'm going straight up. I'm going straight up.
Obviously, Beterbiev is my favourite of this generation. I know Bivol's yours.
I like Beterbiev as well, though.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that's Beterbiev, bro.
Probably.
A lot of that's Beterbiev.
Because at that time, Beterbiev have all the belts.
But also, you can get outboxed by Bivol and live another day. Beterbiev's taking years off your life.
Trust me.
He's taking years off your life. He flattens, man, bro. He flattens, man.
Bro, I've seen man fight Beterbiev and say, bro, you know what, yeah? I need to find another job. I've seen man change profession, bro. I swear that I've seen man change profession.
There's not a lot of man that, like, if they hit your gloves, everything hurts. Man come out the ring and say, everything hurts. My elbows hurt, my arms hurt, everything
I genuinely feel like Benavidez has looked at it and thought, bruv, there's more.
Beterbiev tweeted him and say, where are you running?
Where are you running, bro? Why are you running?
And these Russian man don't tweet and do trash talk very often. So when they do, it's long. It's extra long, bro. It's extra long, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, they trying to fight Russians with beards and no moustache.
Watching Benavidez' performance is just like, yo, I knew you had the speed, but bro, he's throwing punches like as if it's flipping flurries, bro.
Yeah, no, he does that.
I'm looking, I'm like, bro, I knew you were fast, but I never knew you was this fast.
You know why?
He punched the spite out of Yarde, bro.
I'll be real, yeah. Benavidez needs to give Yarde some money, bro. Because Yarde was so shit, it increased Benavidez' PR so much.
100%.
He was bro. I'm not even gonna lie, yeah.
I don't know if Benavidez was that good or Yarde was that bad.
No. It's a mixture of both.
Yarde has been this bad.
I've never seen this. I've never seen Yarde this bad. I've never seen Yarde this bad.
This is Yarde's worst performance.
Yeah, of course.
But when I'm seeing a man lose, I know people can say he had problems with his family, whatever. I've seen this man lose to Lyndon Arthur.
Facts.
I've seen, like, if I'm transitioning the performances that you've had previously to this level of opposition, it's long.
Of course, but
it's long.
Yeah. Especially because you want to go to like the world level as well. We're looking at you thinking, bro.
Man said he beat Lyndon Arthur, then he lost to Lyndon Arthur, or did he lose first?
He lost to Lyndon Arthur, then beat Lyndon Arthur.
He lost to Lyndon Arthur the first time. Man said he had a death in the family, his head wasn't there, fair enough. Then he whooped Lyndon Arthur, broke him up, knocked him out. Two rounds, blew him out of there, bang. Then the third fight, you look dead. This is a brother, this is a guy you've already beat. This is a guy you should look super confident in. Typically in boxing, rematches go even more in favour of the person that won the first fight, traditionally. Why would you look that bad if Crawford looks terrible against Canelo, terrible, we're all gonna look at Crawford differently. Even if he wins,
Yeah,
we're
facts.
all gonna look at you differently. You already beat this guy. Why do you look so terrible? How does that make sense? So him looking that terrible against Lyndon Arthur, what are you gonna do if you can't motivate? Then man try to say, oh, he can't motivate himself. It's not a world level fight, bro. He's lost 2 world title shots. So you're not good enough to be that cocky. Like again, it's like Arsenal fans being like, I don't want the Champions League in it. Like, let's just wrap up this Prem. You ain't got enough trophies to be this cocky.
Yeah, facts.
Where are you getting this cockiness from? It doesn't make no sense.
I agree.
So for me, yeah, bro, it's disappointing. But boxing's a wild time. Do you know what I mean? We'll get off the one. Well, actually, we'll talk about one last 175er because he's fighting this weekend. We're live for it. Ben Whittaker makes his Matchroom debut. Another boxer that I don't rate personally. Another person that people tell me that he's technically good and he's talented and blah blah blah. I'm like, bro,
He's technically good for a British fighter.
The Zone has done the Zone and all of those like
all them
platforms have done great with the PR on Ben Whittaker.
Do you know what it is?
They
Americans
make
like
him
him.
look amazing. Obviously,
Americans like him because he's flashy and all the rest of it.
There hasn't been that flamboyant, flashy type of boxer in a while. Let's be honest. The last person who really filled that void might have been Adrian Broner to some extent.
That's a good point.
That we haven't had that.
Yeah.
So someone like him is entertaining. And let's be honest, for casual consumers, they watch boxing for 2 things: entertainment and knockouts.
Yeah.
That's it, nothing else. So Ben Whittaker is going to get those big shots, those big opportunities, and things along those lines. Do I think it's too soon for him? 100%.
No, but the
He's
thing
fighting
is,
Gavazi, so
but the
it's
thing
low
is,
level,
what he's not. I don't think he's talking about. I don't think he's talking about the level of fight. I think it means a promotional push. Because you hang yourself like this because when you bring so much eyes to a product that's shit, when you actually have to taste that product, it's gonna get exposed. We almost saw that when he jumped over the top ropes that in Saudi.
Yeah, 5-star frog splash. Yeah, 100%.
So at the end of the day, I personally feel like you have to be very careful. He is a superstar, though.
Bro, he's Jesse Lingard, bro. He's light skinned. He's a 20.
Yeah.
He's a 28.
Was he rapping?
Probably.
Nah, he probably was.
Bro, he's a
he probably was.
Man is saying he's a prospect, yeah. Obviously, you can fight for a long time at 175, but he's 28. I'm saying he's a prospect, bro. That's why I say Jesse Lingard, bro. I'm saying like he's a.
The issue with Benavidez, I mean not Ben Whittaker. This week he's probably gonna win. So I don't even want to talk about the fight that he's fighting this week.
Although we're gonna be live.
Yeah, we're gonna be live for that fight. So.
And if he loses, the victory lap I'll do will be insane.
I don't want him to lose. I genuinely think he's a superstar.
Superstar.
Do you think talent says that he's a superstar?
So what are you basing? What are you basing this
characteristics
on?
and attributes of him,
bro.
He knows how to sell,
bro. I've seen flipping Ricky Hatton bring 25,000 fans to Vegas.
I've seen Ricky Hatton fight at world level.
Yeah,
that's true. I've seen Yarde fight at world level.
Yarde's not a superstar.
Wait. Let me land my point.
Go on.
Do I think he has talent to be a world-class fighter? No. Do I think he will fight at the world level? Yes, because it's just his name is massive. Do I think he will then create a fandom that will be able to follow him wherever he goes? Yes. Some people just have that fan following regardless of the level that they fight. Specifically, if you can spin them a lie. Ryan Garcia, for example.
I didn't want to say his name, but he becomes
Ryan Garcia, regardless of obviously the Devin fight did help him, but regardless of what people say, before he was fighting at world level, he was a mega name. He was a mega name.
Well, he's such a mega name that he got popped for steroids, and it's done nothing to his.
Nothing.
But we're gonna come to that.
But so my point is, I can see Ben Whittaker 100% being a Ryan Garcia.
Okay.
And he's with the right person, Matchroom. Yeah. Eddie Hearn, bruv. Eddie Hearn is probably one of the greatest salesmen ever, bro. If anyone's gonna sell this crap item, it's gonna be him. He's gonna sell you. He knows
how to press the industry button.
Bro, 60,000 people watched Eubank versus Ben, and that fight's a low level fight.
Bro, the media are saying that when he signed Ben Whittaker, they're saying that this is the best signing in British boxing.
It is.
True, from a commercial perspective, yeah, but I'm like, bro, what does that say about British boxing, bro? That's crazy.
Well, you already know why I think about British boxing.
Right now. It's
low level generally.
It's low, bro. It's been. We just come from arguably one of the greatest eras of British boxing. When you think about it, the Saunders, the Callum Smith, Anthony Joshua, Fury, Carl Frampton, bare world champions. I can keep going. There
Even
was
like
so
I
much
always say, for me, it's a golden era because the fringe guys were even British.
facts.
I mean, the white cinches. If you were a decent heavyweight, you'd have to see White or have to
Yeah,
see
facts.
Chisora. And they were
You
not
think
even
about
world level
George
guys.
Groves,
George Grove,
all of these guys, they all guys are top.
You see, with that, sorry to cut you off, Shane. The thing is, with that generation of boxers that you mentioned, a lot of them went through the traditional route,
Right.
of amateurs.
Facts.
You know, and then they actually were buzzing around professional rights, and even with the amateurs, they were buzzing around with amateurs. So they were doing your is it novices,
Olympics,
your ABA,
amateurs, yeah.
your then going to the Olympics. With this and now, with a lot of boxers now, they look at you and just think, can you sell tickets? That's all it is.
That's a fact.
Just can you sell
That
tickets?
is a fact.
That whole thing of where there was a period where certain men just wanted to stay in amateurs because they were like, you know what, I
wanna hone my craft.
I want to get ABAs for London. I want to get ABAs
area
for,
titles.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I want to get area titles.
Yeah.
But now that's just gone. There's no
Facts.
pride in that
But
anymore.
that's look, you look at Conor Benn. That's Conor Benn, bruv. Man's calling out world champions, and he's not fought at European level, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
He's not fought. Man, are skipping. They
But
used
it's
to
the
be.
power of the surname for him, though, isn't
It
it?
used to be.
No, but
like
a
you
lot
said,
of people are like that,
Yeah.
bro.
So
right,
many people.
Right now,
But this my thing I always say to Shane, and like most people agree with me with British boxers, if they find someone that hits hard, and to me this is Yarde. If they find someone who's Yarde, and even better if you're black, you big, black, strong,
Yeah.
you look the part, you crack, you hit hard. All they're gonna do, pause, is ride you up the levels until you can't knock someone out no more.
Facts,
When was the last time Yarde improved? When was the last time I saw this guy and said, oh, he improved? We looked at Abdullah Mason, who lost to Sam Noakes on Saturday.
he beat Sam.
Sorry, who won against Sam Noakes on Saturday. And man is saying, what was good about this fight from Abdullah Mason's perspective is it was tough and there's some areas to improve on, but he managed to scrap his way through the win. The expectation is you are going to get better.
Yeah, facts.
Whereas if that was a British fighter, or if Noakes won, they would not push him to get better.
No, but
they would just say, keep doing it
the-
until you can't do it no more.
The media is the biggest problem for that.
Of course.
Because I want to show you something, yeah? G-Man's in this as well. G-Man is one of the people that's going to get a slightly indirect shot. Because if you look at the response, Devin, I'm going to bring up the Devin Haney fight. Look, no, but wait.
This brother loves Devin Haney.
No, wait, one second. It's not even that. I'm going to use Devin Haney's fight as an example.
Go on.
Watch the media response in America YouTube channels and the media response in British YouTube channels.
Of course.
Every single British YouTube channel has been like, oh, that fight was boring. Boring because they care about sales and entertainment.
Of course, yeah.
Everyone in America has been talking about his technique, his ability, whether he... So I've been watching YouTube, and obviously, yeah, I do like Devin Haney. So I've been watching both. I've been watching content across the board, and the consistent theme is everybody's talking about entertainment. So it goes back to your point. When you start at a younger level, at a grassroots level, they're not worrying about your ability. How well can I sell this fighter?
We saw this with Jack Catterall and Bozy Ennis, where Jack Catterall won. Bozy Ennis is
this is a great point.
Jaron Ennis's dad. And Jack Catterall's gone to America to train with them, gone to Philly to train with them. And Jack Catterall won, but there's areas for him to work on. And when the promoters and stuff were celebrating, Bozy, it looked like when Pep was like telling his team off.
He was he was almost getting vexed, like bro.
Yeah, bro, there's nothing to celebrate about. Like, you know the Kobe Bryant meme, job's not finished. The job's not finished. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we've got more work to do.
There's a level of standard.
There's a different standard. But the Englishman be like, yeah, we what? It's like, bro, no, bro, we've got way more to work on. This ain't it. This ain't
like he didn't even want to celebrate. Like he genuinely didn't even want to celebrate.
Yeah.
And Jack Catterall just won.
This is what I always say about the standards in this country, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Phil Foden as well for everything you've done for us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Literally, bro.
Just-
That
everything
brilliant pass, fam.
Everything's Phil Foden, bro. But
Trust
that's
me.
what it is. That's what it, bro. That's what it is.
Trust me,
Everything's
bro.
a Phil Foden pass in this country, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Worse if you're grey, blood. If you're grey. Do you know what I mean? If you
brother.
if you got the skin tone of off chicken, it's long, bro. It's long, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's just extra points for no reason, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
The
just what it
standard
is.
of it is really bad over here.
But that's why right now we don't have one world. We have a world champ. We have 3 world champions.
We've got Nick Ball.
Nick Ball.
Yeah.
Crocker, who won a vacant,
Crocker,
and Wardley, who won a vacant. So 2 people won vacant straps.
Wardley didn't even win a vacant.
World champions, right?
Wardley didn't win a vacant. He got elevated.
Yeah, it was a vacant belt. He won a vacant. Usyk gave up the belt. And it was
of course.
vacant.
Wasn't that fight for the
Interim.
interim?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Fine.
one-
Yeah. Okay.
That makes it even worse.
It's even worse. That's even worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've only got 3 British world champions.
Bro, these two of them got their belts.
Two of them got their belt in
the last
within the last month.
Yeah.
And 2 of them got their belt Like
two of them are belts that were vacated.
They're proven not the best in the. They only got it because the other people gave up the belt.
Yeah, like one of them's Wardley, who like if he fights Usyk, he'll lose. Yeah, the other one's Crocker,
who was going to fight Boots,
and he'll lose.
Yeah.
Like,
so they was never.
They're childminders for the belt.
They were never gonna win.
They didn't win the belt
The
legitimately.
only person is Nick Ball. Nick Ball beat Raymond Ford, and it was a question, but he genuinely won the fight. That's the only one right now. So when people are going on TalkSport saying, "Oh, British boxing is such a good place,"
Adam Carroll said it. Adam Carroll said American boxing is struggling and British boxing's in an amazing place with all the names that we've got. So, bro, America's got like 30 world champions, and England has 2 at the time that he said it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous, but it's what it is, innit? It's all money, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And speaking of money, Ryan Garcia is somehow coming off of a drugs ban, then a loss his very first fight back, and then walking straight into a world title shot.
Because there's no one else really.
There's loads of people.
There's loads of people
that's gonna sell tickets.
Yeah, facts. The truth
is this WBC as well? Oh, of course it is, because their man are Mexican. The guy that runs it's Mexican. That's the guy. That's Canelo held his. Canelo left 168 to go fight 175, and the WBC let him keep his belt.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because the Mauricio Suleiman...
And he lost it. He lost the fight.
He lost the fight. He came back down and stayed at... Bro, because Mauricio Suleiman's a crook, blood. He's one of the biggest crooks in the sport.
Biggest crooks.
But he's Mexican, so with his WBC Mexicans...
But you know the maddest thing is, Barrios, that's the guy who's fighting. Barrios, yeah. He's been trying to sell his belt. He tried to sell his belt to Pacquiao. Yeah. Pacquiao was just... They just robbed it. He literally... this guy's been trying to sell his belt. So Ryan Garcia moving up. I'm not surprised by this at all.
Yeah.
I'm not...
What weight is the fight at?
What weight? 147.
Oh, okay. And then he'll fight Conor Ben.
Nah, he'll fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney, bro. That fight is a massive fight, bro.
I don't think they'll do Devin Haney,
Ryan Garcia versus Devin.
I can see them trying to push for that probably later towards the end of like 2026. The next one I can see them trying to push for is Conor Ben.
I could see him do it. I could see him because Conor Ben's good. It's his risk versus reward. Devin Haney's huge reward, but huge risk. Conor Ben is medium level reward, but low level risk. Like, I'll slap you up. Like this brother's not
Ryan Garcia's probably looking at him thinking
he's the most overcharged
guy to end up getting. I can get a good payout of this first.
I can get a good payout. I can have a legitimate title defense.
I can end up beating this guy and then
leveraging myself
ratings and get some leverage.
And then when he goes to the Devin Haney fight, he'll get even more money. I can see him beating Ben because he'll beat Ben comfortably. And then going to fight Devin.
But it depends on what version of Ryan we get. Because the version of Ryan that fought Rolly looks shit.
The version of Ryan that fought Rolly don't win the belt. He's got to get rid of Barrios.
Can he not? Well, Barrios is so shit.
But the thing is, with that version that we saw, like the recent versions we've seen of Ryan Garcia, we know that he's been stuck in conspiracy theory YouTube, and he's been talking to drunken uncles in like the middle of the road and things.
His name's in the Epstein files, blood. I'm telling you, big man.
I don't know what I'm with him.
Ryan's on a madness.
Yo,
at first it was promo, and then it was like, nah, like on the big man thing, like, I'm a little bit worried. I'm worried about this brother. Like, 100%. I'm not, because I don't care, but like somebody should be worried about it.
Genuinely though, I'm not even surprised he's fighting Barrios too. I think he can beat Barrios if he's at his best. Barrios is so shit. Like Pacquiao beat him, and Pacquiao is 50, so that he definitely can beat him. But now I'm thinking, if he wins the belt, you lot got me thinking, bro. He might actually fight Conor Ben over Devin Haney, bro.
I think so. I could see that.
Can't see Conor Ben going for someone like another British fight.
If he's,
I don't think it'll be down to Conor. I think it'll be more down to Ryan.
It's down to Ryan. Ryan can pick. Ryan's one of the biggest stars in boxing in terms of numbers, and
Ryan's a bigger name than Conor Ben.
Yeah, of course.
I just think it's easy money. I think he'll take easy money and build the Conor Ben fight.
You mean
and build the Devin Haney fight.
Conor Ben wants obviously the US look as well. They'll do the fight over there. Probably somewhere not too big, not too small. Probably
Conor Ben will take a little take fans over there as well.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He'll actually take fans over there. I don't know what fans, but he'll take them over there.
He would.
He's on a victory lap after beating a heavily depleted old man.
Facts.
This is one of the most shameless victory laps
bro,
I've ever seen in my life.
Conor Ben is embarrassing, bro. As I said on the live stream, Conor Ben's biggest win was against UCAD, fam. That's his biggest win, bro.
Live stream had me crying. Bro, I was watching you lot stream over the fight at a point, bro. Honestly.
Now, bad people do that still. Bad people do that still.
I was dying at that live stream.
Bro, I can't lie, yeah. I was talking to a guy who DM'd me on Instagram, and he was like, oh, this YouTube boxing thing's annoying because, like, people who should have more views should have more views. I'm like, bro, the most important thing is you gotta enjoy your content, bro. So for me, I used to do content on other channels and I never used to watch it back. I watch my shit back all the time. Like, even when I'm editing shit, I'm like, I'm dying with laughter, bro.
Yeah, some of the videos that go out on the channel kill me, bro. But yeah, listen, I don't know, man. This Ryan Garcia thing, like I say, he wants titles. He is a legit boxer, but he wants money, he wants fame.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And he wants the eyeballs as well. So that's what it is.
But yeah, man, that's the show.
That's it. OnlyFacts Sports episode 33. Wrapped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Road to 5K. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. We're going to be live. When are we going to be live? We're going to be live on Saturday. 2 fights happening. Fraser Clark is fighting on the BBC against Jamie TKV. I almost... Let me not disrespect the thing. I like Fraser Clark is the point. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him keep getting looks and keep getting paid. Because I do like Fraser Clark. Obviously, I'm biased because I met him and interviewed him when we were with DR Sports. Ben Whittaker's going to fight Gavazi. They're around the corner from each other. One's fighting in Birmingham, one's fighting in Derby. Like, around the corner from each other.
On the same day. And
on the same day.
Ben Shalom must be vexed as well.
Of course, because Ben Shalom's hardly got any dates now.
And then we put it on the same day.
So,
and
Ben Whittaker has left Ben Shalom, signed with Eddie Hearn, and is having his debut on the same day.
Do you know how rude that is? That is rude.
Eddie's
of course they done it.
Eddie's my favorite. Eddie's bullying. He's just
That's bullying.
He's so much. He's so much bigger than Ben Shalom. It's not even.
It's not need. You don't need to do this.
Do you know what I'm saying? But he's just bullying him anyway.
It's a flex. That's what
it's just flexing for no reason. Then we're live on the weekend for Chelsea versus Arsenal. Big game. Then we're live for Opataya. And actually, I think Rance is fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got another fight.
Rance is fighting next weekend or this weekend.
I know next weekend. Cause I'm in Mexico next weekend.
You're in Mexico, so
next weekend.
Next weekend. So I'm gonna be live for the Rance fight next weekend. That did good numbers last time.
Yeah, facts.
Did you just fight like a couple months ago?
Yeah, but it's a little man. It's a YouTube fight, bro. I could punch up YouTubers every week. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't really do much of a fight, but Rance not this spread out quick things, fam.
BTA belts to arse, man. That's all it was. Yeah.
That means on the 6th, I'm going to be streaming 3 times. Because Rance is fighting, Opataya is fighting in Australia, then Pitbull Cruz is fighting Roach with a great undercard in Texas.
That's that card's
so I'm going to be live.
Bro.
I'm going to be doing a Rance. I'm going to be live all day, man. You know, Rance lives on live. Jake Paul versus AJ in Miami. If that happens,
I got to set up the live for you then, because I got to set up the live before I go.
Yeah.
I need to go look at that still.
Richards versus, just do the thumbnails. I can set them up if anything. Richards versus Aziz. You back? When are you back?
I'm back on the 11th.
Okay, so you're going to be back in time for Jake Paul versus AJ, and you're going to be back in time for the Africa card, which you were really, really happy about. Did you see that?
I'm excited about that, you know.
But did you not think it was funny that there's
no Ghanaians on the card?
It's a map of Ghana and it's a Nigerian and a Jamaican fighting.
Tough.
Shane thought that was a bit.
Shout out Nigeria.
He's Nigerian, so he's biased.
Yeah,
He's Nigerian.
No, I thought Eddie Hearn was a bit like. I thought it was a bit of racial profiling, bro. Man just put bare black man on the card, yeah.
When he made
a little Bawatsi on there if you wanted.
When he made a European equivalent of like, would you see a French man fighting an Italian man with a map of Germany? In the background?
It's funny. You should definitely put a Bawatsi on there.
Oh, some Ghanaian, bro. There's no 100%. Some like literally.
But yeah, so and then Anyway's fighting. We're gonna be live for all that kind of stuff.
Where are you from?
Niger.
He's from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
These men are the
no, but
traitors.
it's the facts in Ghana.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. This is a disgrace.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace and love every time. You know what it is.